Hey guys, this is Woody, the Unexceptional Gamer. Today I'm bringing you a dual com with B3ndro. So B3ndro, can you say hello?
Hello, everybody. How are you doing today, Woody?
I'm good, man. Hey, I've been digging your Road to Commander series.
Yeah, man, it's a lot of work, but I think my whole reasoning behind it is that I kind of wanted to show people that it's so easy to get a game for YouTube, but it's hard to consistently do well, and it's more fun to see. I think when a commentator doesn't do good, I think that's the best part. So that's why I
Yeah,
wanted to do it.
it is cool, and it lets you see how good the commentator really is. Like,
Right.
look, everyone can cherry pick their games and put up something really special, but you do a whole Road to Commander series. I wanted to do one too. I thought about it, but now there's so many. Instead, I'm just putting gameplay behind the podcasts and
Right.
putting up normal games, like maybe an entire night in a row. But not a Road to Commander for me. I came too late to the game. But hey, I had something to talk about.
Okay.
So I put up a video yesterday as people watch this, today as we record it, and it was about being special. And I had this theory, like, yeah, you know what, what's your plan for being special? When I was 18, I realized I wasn't going to be an Olympic athlete. When I hit 30 or so, I realized I wasn't going to be Bill Gates. And what are we doing here? Like, how are we going to be outstanding? And I had this thought, like, you know what, I did do something this one time. So. Not one time actually, like 130 times. I used to be a lifeguard on the beach, and my
Oh,
old
really?
yeah, like Baywatch style. So
Oh,
so people
nice.
hear lifeguard, they think like a pool lifeguard, like someone who's a mostly babysitter. Maybe occasionally those guys get rescues, but we used to get them a lot. And over the course of 4 years, I used to count them. I got about 130, 135 rescues, something like that. And
Oh,
I'm not going
wow.
to say that they were all going to die, but maybe half of them. And some of them were really special to me. Like there was this one guy, he so let's see, it was toward the end of the day, and at the end of the day you pull like this lifeguard stand and the rowboat and stuff like that at the top of the beach. So we weren't giving him our full attention. And we had identified him a few minutes earlier as what we used to call them customers, right? Like these potential victims were like, all right, this guy might be a customer. And the 19-year-old jackass version of me used to just love it when people started to drown. Like it was my favorite thing to
You live
rescue
for
people.
it.
Oh yeah, and like as a guard, you're really supposed to bring people in deep, not let them go deeper than say their belly or chest, depending on what you think of the conditions and the swimmers. But I'd be like, go out, dude, you're cool, you're cool.
Wanting him to secretly drown.
Exactly, and because if they did, then I got rescues, and well, that might explain maybe some of my higher numbers. I don't know, but this one guy, he was just by looking at him, you could tell he wasn't athletic at all. He was maybe 30 years old. He was an Asian guy. He wore a T-shirt and like big thick glasses while swimming in the ocean.
Oh, boy.
And yeah, so we were like, all right, this guy is totally like not part of the ocean scene, and whatever, nothing really happened. It was time to close up the beach. And when you do that, you hold, if you remember in Baywatch, they have these big red, some people call them cans like we do, some people call them torpedoes, but they're like 2.5 feet long and they're flotation devices. You strap them on your chest and tow people in.
Right.
Anyway, you take that thing, you sort of wave it in the air and tell everyone you're leaving so that they don't think they're still on a protected beach. They know they're kind of on their own. And as we were doing this, I spotted this guy drowning. And he was like out there. He was further than my typical rescue because, like I said, we were taking the boat and the equipment up towards the top of the beach so the tide wouldn't pull it out. And so I darted out there and I rescued him. And not only that, but my girlfriend at the time, I ended up marrying her, Jackie. She took pictures of the whole thing, and that was really cool.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so I brought him back in. Now, a lot of the people that I rescued, they wouldn't even say thank you or something. Like some of them were teenagers who kind of denied they were ever in trouble in the first place. And trust me, these guys were in trouble. Or some of them would, just be like, hey, thanks, man, for the tow and helping them get back to land. But this guy was really thankful, and he sort of like followed me up to the top of the beach and stuff. And for me, it was just like I was almost thankful for him that I had something so cool to do. Like every time I saved a life, I go home and I tell my parents about it. I was like, yeah, this day was awesome. You wouldn't believe it. And but for him, it was a really big deal. And then this is the only time this happened. The next day, I worked the same beach, and he brought his wife and his kids along. And his wife and his kids also thanked me for pulling their dad out of the water at the end of the day.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So And there's actually a whole bunch of experiences I had like this. You know, people that were drowning, screaming for help, and I'd go out there and I'd pluck them out. And yeah, I was a really good swimmer, so this is something that I enjoyed doing. So anyway, it got me thinking, like, well, you know, when I went through this, it was more like a really cool thing that happened to me. Like I had went on a new roller coaster for the first time, or like, you know, just a fun little experience. But the older version of me reflects upon it and thinks, wow, you know, this actually altered some lives, right? Like that family without their dad would be a very different family than the one that, you know, they actually got to have.
Right.
You know, or a lot of them were kids, right? So all these families that could have lost children along the way, they, you know, that was kind of a neat thing too. So my question for you, and I hope I'm not being a total jerk because I had a pretty good one. What makes you special, man? What
makes me special?
What's your plan to be special, or what's your past that made you special? Like, what do you got going on, Ben? Aside from just beasting at Call of Duty and Call of Duty commentary.
Well, I think the thing, I wouldn't say it's special or anything like that, but I'm an Eagle Scout, which I don't know if you're familiar with that at all and what it entails.
Yes, I was a first class, and then our not Scoutmaster. Is it Scoutmaster or Troop Master?
Scoutmaster, the head of the troop or whatever.
They switched, and it was never the same thing again. And lots of people dropped out.
Right, so I don't know, like through that experience, I guess I don't know, I've learned some stuff, but I think the thing that makes me special is that I'm a really good handyman. So growing up, my dad would always, like, every time something needed fixing, you know, I would have to be there. And when I was a kid, man, I'd be like, man, I got stuff to do. I want to go shoot hoops, or I want to go play video games, or whatever I would want to do. But now it's coming back to save me all kinds of money. And it's just like, it's the little things that, you know, I didn't appreciate when I was a kid. And I didn't think it would ever help me in any sort of fashion. Now I look back and I really enjoy it. So what I'm starting to do, I'm starting to save up money, and I'm going to start flipping houses.
Really?
Yeah. I know the market's probably not the best time to do it, but it's always something, like, I really enjoy it. Like, I like fixing stuff.
So for younger viewers who may not know, typically what flipping a house is someone buys a house that's in a bit of a rundown state, and they repair it and turn it into something very new, and then they sell it at a profit, right? So pretty much they're making money off off their handyman skill set to turn a bad house into a good one.
Exactly.
Yep.
So I don't know. It's always something. I think it'd be a great hobby, something to do on the side, like, and I just enjoy it. Like, I have fun doing it. I know it's work, but it's fun work. I like seeing the progress, you know, the changes I can make, and I know how to do everything, so I mean, it's not like that it's way out of my way to try and learn how to do everything. So I don't know, I think it'd be pretty neat. I just need to build up a little bit of a bankroll to start the whole operation, but I'm working on that. So
I might tap into you for advice, because I'm the opposite. So my father was the sort of guy who couldn't hook up a VCR, you know, let alone like wire a house. Right. And but then what happened to me? So let's see, I'm a computer programmer, software engineer, whatever, and I spent a lot of time at night getting 2 bachelor's degrees, and then I got this master's degree at night. And somewhere around, I don't know, 30, I was like, wow, my like geek side is just freaking mega strong. I'm like Arnold Schwarzenegger geek, and but like my sort of American male side, that guy that works on cars and fixes houses and does construction and whatnot, was drastically underdeveloped. And that's when I started like busting all that stuff out. That's, you know, it's like, you know what, I'm going to get into woodworking. I'm going to get into auto repair. I got into off-roading, and mostly self-taught really. But I'm coming up to speed even if I am a late bloomer. So yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's something fun to do, and you know, I always hate having to call people to fix stuff because you don't know how they're gonna do or if it's even gonna work, and it just saves you a lot of time, and I don't know. It's fun.
Hypothetical question: your wife crashes her car into your garage door. That'd be no trouble for you, huh?
Depends on how much she crashed it. Are you talking about just like taking a hammer to it and hitting out the dents, or is like the whole?
Oh, I tried. So my method of fixing it so far, if you can picture this, inside the garage door, facing the other direction, sort of bend over and ram it with your butt.
Well, that's not that bad. Like if she completely messed up the track system and all that, that'd be a it almost might be better just to replace the whole thing.
I'm considering that. We needed an insulated door anyway, so I don't know. I might try and push it out. I think it just needs to be replaced. Even if I were to push it and have it operate again, it wouldn't be nice. So
It'd be clunky, or the
yeah.
outside wouldn't look good or something.
Yeah, and it would be like something that was dented and kind of pushed out. It's
Right.
mostly in the right shape, but there's still creases in it and stuff like that
Won't
don't
be
belong there.
won't be new looking.
No, won't be new at all. It'll be yucky. But and then I have heat in my garage now. So what I did is I put this like cheesy foam board insulation into the aluminum garage door.
Oh, okay.
But this might be the opportunity to upgrade to like a insulated nice garage door.
Maybe it's that excuse you were looking for then.
Yes, I should thank her for crashing her car into my house.
Is that where you do all your woodworking then? Is out in your garage?
It is. Yep. She almost hit the table saw, and that would have been tragic.
Oh my god.
Another
my-
foot.
Yeah, my grandpa had a table saw. It's a really nice old one, and he actually rammed his car into it, and now it's a complete worthless piece of junk. So,
Oh no. Hey man, I think we're out of time. We're coming up
yep,
on.
the end of the game just happened. Final score is 70-20 with 5 caps.
Gosh, it's hard to get good games next to you, man. You kill it, buddy.
Well, thanks
All
for
right,
having me
man.
on, sir.
Thanks for coming.